Really the only injury is a sickness, and that's Rashee Smith. So he won't practice today. Everybody else will practice. As far as the Josh Simmons situation goes, I'm not going to comment on it today. Veach is handling everything there, and we'll leave it at that. And then as far as the Raiders go, they've got a good football team. They're very well coached. Pete, we know, has done this once or twice, so he's a heck of a football coach. And between Patrick, Chip, and Tom, they've got great coordinators there. And every week they've gotten better and more familiar with their systems there. So we've got to make sure we play a good, solid game and also have a great week of preparation. But we also love having them come in here to GH Field at Arrowhead Stadium. We understand the rivalry, and our fans really understand the rivalry, and they get after it. But our players understand that too. It has a little bit of that college atmosphere to it, where you have a team that you've had a rivalry with for many years, and you feel privileged to be a part of that. So anyway, with that, time's yours.
Understanding you're going to hold back on details, Josh isn't practicing today.
Yeah, I'm just going to let it go here. Yeah, let it go here.
Just to complete that, no timeline. I know, but there's no timeline whatsoever. Okay.
Coach, Jeremy Fowler reported earlier that there's not going to be any plans for ramping up Rashee Rice. You're going to give him as much as he possibly can. Can you confirm anything about that, or is there some sort of plan for getting him steadily back into the offense?
Well, he's going to play. I mean, how many snaps he gets, ask Jeremy, he'll tell you.
Coach, I know you've had Rashee back for a few weeks here. Does it feel even different with his energy this week, knowing that he's going to be on the practice field today, all that stuff? I mean, he's got to be really fired up.
Yeah, listen, I think he's excited to be back in and going. I think getting through practices here will be good for him to kind of get back into the swing of things. And we'll see how everything goes from there. But he's been working hard. He's in good shape. So.
What stood out about Jaylen today, and just the way I guess he handled, obviously he signed here, I assume, to potentially become a starter. Just
sure.
About that.
Yeah, he's handled that part well. I mean, listen, he's a competitive kid, and he did come here to step in, and you never know about drafts and that. So, but he's always ready, and he practices a third of the practice because Andy rotates him in there. So I thought he did a nice job the other night. Played well, and we have a lot of trust in him. Most of all, the guys around him have trust in him. So that's the most important thing. Yeah.
Maxx Crosby have had this kind of friendly, intense rivalry. I guess just what kind of challenge is it each time you go up against him?
Yeah, Maxx is a heck of a competitor, and he's 100 miles an hour every play. I'm sure he's that way in practice. He goes and goes, and and he and Patrick, I think they're friends actually, and they compete against each other, and that's the beauty of the sport. You have an opportunity to do that. So, I mean, he'll be there for sure.
Coach, what did you look at the metrics or the eye test and we tell you that this offensive line seems to be gelling and playing really well together as a group? Has it surprised you how quickly it seems like this group kind of gelled together?
Yeah, I thought just snaps were important, game snaps. I mean, when you can work it in training camp, you can do all that. It's important for that, but that just builds a foundation. But you've got to get in and you got to play. You got to see the different looks, and that's helped these guys. So yeah, communication. I mean, which Reid does a great job. Reid is a transmitter there, so he's got to get the right side and left side coordinated, and he does a great job of that.
We talked about the players being excited, Rashee being excited. How excited are you to be able to maybe put some things into the offense that are just designed around Rice specifically?
Yeah, it's great to have him back, but he's fresh here, so we'll see how he does. He's a good football player, and as a coach, you always welcome that for sure. We just want to get him back in the swing here. So,
guy that produces for you at Hollywood and you got Taekwondo one game. How refreshing is it for you to understand like these guys don't have egos and they go out and cheer for each other?
well, in particular at that position because there's so many of them. So there's one ball, and somebody isn't going to get it every. Four of them aren't going to get it every snap. So they've got to. They've got to check that ego at the door, and I appreciate that. And then when they do get opportunities, I appreciate the way they handle that too. They're good football players. Hollywood did have a really good game, and he's made a couple the last 2 weeks or so. He's made some catches that are really incredible catches. So tough kid too. He's not very big. He's tougher than shoe leather there. So.
Those guys, I guess, are using the phrase "everybody's got to eat." You heard that one going around, and that's kind of their mantra. Everybody's got to eat in the wide receiver room and the offense.
Yeah, so they don't worry about that with me.
What characteristics are there with Pete's teams? You've competed with him over the years. What does he bring to the Raiders?
Yeah, toughness. There's a toughness. He's got a great scheme too, but there's a toughness that he brings and energy. Yeah.
In terms of Rashee and all that he brings, I guess, what does he do to unlock maybe every other part of the offense?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the guy's he's unique because of his size and ability after the catch to play physical, and so you've got some speed guys and smaller guys, and then he and Juju are kind of similar body types and game types, so the way they play their game, but he gives you flexibility, yeah. And the guys feed off of that. They love the kid, so it's a win-win either way. That's to add him into the mix.
Last one, sir.
Coach Matt's name is coming up. Matt Nagy's name is coming up. As a possible head coaching candidate. I'm just curious, how do you handle that in season? Is that something where people are calling you and you're taking those calls? And I know you always promote your guys, but does it come up in the middle of the week?
Yeah, they haven't. No. Nobody's called, but I'm his biggest fan, so and Spags likewise. So listen, if they have that opportunity, more power to them. But I haven't been talking. I don't talk to many people during the season. I don't read anything, so it's all. I hope he gets that opportunity for sure. Tremendous coach and person. So.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Through 6 games, Taylor Swift's hubby has just 28 receptions for 321 yards and 2 scores. For most tight ends, that's actually a pretty good start to a campaign. But for 7-time All-Pro Travis Kelce, it's actually his worst start to a season in the Patrick Mahomes era, apart from last year. And surprisingly, the addition of another receiver into the mix this week, Rashee Rice, could serve as a springboard for Kelce to start boosting his numbers. Rice is likely to slot back into his role as the Kansas City Chiefs' WR1 after serving a 6-game suspension. The 2023 second-round pick has been the best wideout in the building since he got there. He led all KC wideouts in every major receiving category as a rookie, and he was well on his way to doing it again last year before friendly fire cost him his hamstring and his season. His reckless driving, which was the cause of him getting charged and receiving that suspension, meant that he would once again miss a chunk of the season. But he's back now, and FS1's Nick Wright believes that his return will open up the field massively for Kelce, who has started a little bit slow in his age 36 season. From Thanksgiving of his rookie year through when he got hurt, he played 9 games, not including the playoffs. In those 9 games, he was 7 catches for 90 yards a game. And in the playoffs, he added another 260 yards. He's excellent. And he's going to play the Juju Smith-Schuster intermediate role. So, Travis will have more open spaces. Rashee will have more open spaces. Tyquan, Thornton and Xavier, Worthy, are taking the tops off the defense. Though Wright is known as a Chiefs truther, he makes some good points here. Juju Smith-Schuster had a couple of great years in Pittsburgh opposite Antonio Brown, but Rice is a very clear upgrade there.